Hi guys, welcome back. This is a race that's taking place at Summit Point Raceway. This is my second iRacing video, and I thought it was worth uploading because it has some interesting moments in it. I missed the start of the race annoyingly. I got disconnected and had to reconnect, and when I reconnected, everyone had already gridded, so I had to start from the pit lane. As it turns out, this wasn't a tremendously bad thing to happen. If we start the replay now, you'll see the grid all get away. I'm stuck in the pits waiting for the countdown. I think you have to wait 40 seconds or something from the green flag before you can start. So yeah, I'm starting with quite a disadvantage already. And we'll just skip through these first few laps until we get into some more interesting action. So we'll just fast forward through this. So this race becomes again a race of attrition really more than anything. Starting in 15th position, and we're trying to work our way up through the field. I seem to be quite a bit quicker than quite a few of the racers here, because as you can see I started 40 seconds behind everyone else, but halfway around the first lap and I've already caught up with the back of the pack. So clearly I've got the pace. There he goes, my first position that I've made, nice and easy. He just drives off the track, gives me that one, allows me to carry on. Always love it when they put themselves off the track like that. They do all the hard work for you. More smoke ahead, which makes me aware there's a car in the wall to the right, so that's two places I made up on the first lap. So starting in 15th, I crossed the line on the first lap, I think in 13th place. No, 12th place. I must have got a place for someone dropping out further up the field. So our pace on this track is reasonably good. I'm not the fastest there is, very few people are, but I can do quite well. I hold my own, let's say. And I do like this course. This is one of my favourite tracks. There's another car gone off there. Just watching him as he rejoins. Now this guy brakes on this corner. You don't actually need to brake there. That can be flat out. So definitely quicker than him, and he's obviously not very competent having gone off at that corner. As I'm definitely not the fastest on this track, and if anyone watching this is good and knows where I can find some time, that would be great, because this is pretty much as fast as I can go around here. I think I average 127, something like that, 128, between 127 and 128 in this car. Very close to getting off track there, but managed to get away with it. Let's get rid of the on-screen display there so we can see more. So here my braking point is at the 300 yard mark, I think it's yards. Just slightly missed the apex on that turn, but not horrendous. I've taken it worse. Here I do a slight brake just at the end of this little track bit, turn in and accelerate away. Now closing on these two guys ahead, or three guys. It's a new train here of 4 or 5 cars, but these three are quite close. Try to get on the gas as early as you can there to blast this little short section. Feather the throttle around here in 3rd. I was a bit tight there, could have probably gone a bit wider and taken more speed through that, but here's a slight lift and then back on the gas again, accelerate down this back straight before the final turn. Catching on these cars all the time. The thing with this game is that catching up with the cars is one thing, actually overtaking them is another story. You know, there's not many overtaking places on this track, or safe overtaking places. Coming out of that final turn, which is straight, is a good one. If you get a good exit, you can get the one that's start-finish straight quite easily. But the second half of the track is lots of close, tight turns, and there's not really much overtaking opportunities there. So definitely join the back of this train now. There's quite a lot of cars in this train. Again, slight brake, turn in, accelerate through. It's not too bad. Probably taking a bit more speed, but happy with that. I'm fairly consistent. They're definitely slower into there than me, so I'm having to be careful I don't go too mad. And of course, with these guys fighting, it makes it easy for me to catch up, because while they're jostling for position, they're driving defensively, taking slower lines, which lets me catch up a lot easier. We've got a bit of a mini run coming down here, but I don't want to go too mad. Have a quick look, but I think I'll back out of it. Yeah. It's not a good place. It's better to try and get a faster exit and take them on this back finish straight to go into them on the final corner. Braking hard again. Almost making contact there, just managed to avoid it. That was pretty close. But at least he knows I'm there now. I definitely feel like I can go faster than these guys ahead of me, but trying to overtake them is the tricky part. Probably could force my way through here, but I think I concede it, just for the safety. Again, I'm just very aware of that guard right there. You can never be too sure what's going to happen with these people. Trying to race safely. Let me bring the on-screen display back up. We'll see that we're currently in 9th position. Slight lift there. Back on the gas. Probably lifted too long there, but given the chaos of the 3 cars in front of me, I didn't want to go ploughing into the back of anyone. So I'm being very hesitant here. He cost me a lot of time there, that guy. I think he's a lapped car, the black one. I don't think I'm racing him for position. He's just getting in the way. And the 2 cars I am racing for position have now got ahead a bit. So all that hard work I did over the last 2 or 3 laps is just gone. He backs off very early there to give me the corner, which was very much appreciated. Again, they're fighting quite heavily for that position, which allows me to catch up quite quickly again. It's very slow into there. Get a much better drive out of this corner. Now I've got the inside going into here. I should be able to hold this. Then he'll have the inside going back, but I think I've got it. Braking a little early there. Could have braked later, but never mind. Still looking to catch up with these other guys. Missed the apex on that corner, not good. Braking hard, going down the gears. Missed my turning point there by a mile. It's a terrible corner, very messy. Now I've got the guy in my rearview mirror again. He's coming up on my inside, I think, on the right. I'm giving him space. And and losing that position was my own fault. That was a terrible first turn. Cost me a lot of time. Pretty sure third gear through there is the right gear to be in, but it does feel a bit slow. I wonder if I should try second, but second's such a short ratio on that gear that you go into it and you're only in second for 1 or 2 seconds before you run out of revs. So even though it feels slow, I think third is the fastest way through that corner. I took my first off track there for that one. Cost me too much time though, fortunately. Up at 7th position now. Again, braking hard. For some reason, managed to not slow down enough rather for that turn. Don't know what happened there. I think our braking point was the same as it always is, so I don't know why I wasn't able to slow it down enough going into that. More hard work to do. So third there feels very slow, but I think it's the best gear to be in. There's a car off to the left there. Obviously carried too much speed into that final turn and lost control. Let's see what we do on turn 1 here. Braking at the 3-cone mark. Hard on the brakes. Still managing to go a bit wide, even though I was braking at full. Very strange. It's costing me a lot of time that corner though when I mess it up. Going through the clouds of dust from the car ahead going through. Missed the apex for that turn. It was a bit scruffy. That wasn't a good line through there either. We're into 6th now though, so even though we're not having to overtake many vehicles, we are getting through the field. Here we go again, the 3 cones, braking hard. Again, not able to slow the car down enough to turn into that corner. Losing a fistful of time in the process. Last lap was a 1:28.7, which is not great. Don't know what happened there, just totally lost concentration. I seem to be lifting going through that turn as well. Normally I'm flat out through there, so I don't know why I started lifting. Maybe I lost confidence in the tyres as I wasn't making the braking point for turn 1. bad through there. Let's see how we do into this first turn again. So we're starting to get back into the fight. Keep an eye on those cars ahead, they're starting to get a bit scrappy. If one of them runs into another, then I don't want to be caught up in the carnage. That guy very slow through there. Took me by surprise a little bit. Trying to hold my line there, but pretty tricky. Carrying a lot of speed. These cars do tend to understeer quite a bit. Desperately trying to get past him now, he's very slow. I'm not sure if he's a lapper or whether I'm fighting for position, but he's not going very quickly. Missed the turn in for there completely. Following them off and going wide. I think he had a better drive coming out of there anyway. Still managed to overtake him on the start finish straight. Making sure I stay to the right so I know I'm clear, and then pulling back over to the racing line. Again, braking hard. Managed to make it that time. Just. So chasing down this orange car yet again. But now up to 4th position, you may notice. We're now on lap 12 of 20, so over half race distance now. Made quite good progress considering we started right at the back, 40 seconds behind the pack. I would say I have a very mediocre skill level with this game at the moment. My consistency is reasonably okay on some tracks, but even then, trying to do 20 laps in a race and remaining consistent for all 20 is pretty tough. But I seem to be doing lap times of mid 128s at the moment, or is a 127.5. That's kind of my optimal pace of 127.5. If I've done a 127.5, I know I had a good lap. I think my fastest lap round here is a 126.8, but that was obviously with no traffic in good conditions with fresh tyres. I think some of the faster guys can do laps in the 125s, which I haven't managed to break into yet. Once again, driving through lots of dust. Trying to catch up to this pack of 4 cars. So we're 4th at the moment. I think the guy in first is actually quite a long way ahead. 4 in front of me, 3 of them are positions 2, 3 and 4. One of them's a lapped car. I'm not sure which one is the lap car. Messed up my line into that, had to back off the throttle to save going off track. The longer you get into these long races, well, long 20 laps isn't long, but it's long enough. The longer you get into these stints, the easier it becomes to make silly mistakes. The attention span, it starts to wander. It's very easy to miss a braking point. I think I started to brake a bit earlier there for that corner. It's because I've been missing my turning points quite a bit. That was truly awful. Not sure what happened there. But again, lost quite a bit of time to those cars in that turn. It caused me a lot of trouble this race, that first corner. think in more recent races I've been taking that in second gear, that first corner. At the moment I'm taking it in third. Again, I'm lifting for that turn. I don't normally lift for that turn. I don't know why I've started doing it in this race. Again, managed to catch up to the back of these cars. Get a good run, so I think I'll go a little bit faster than the black car now, but not fast enough to overtake. Let's try and get a better exit and drive past him on his start finish. He's got wide, so I'm going to come back on the track and stay right, so let him re-enter. Hopefully I'll have the speed to go past him now. I am ahead now, so the corner's mine anyway. I think he was the lapped car. I think these two ahead are the second and third position. First is off in the distance there. 3 or 4 seconds ahead. Maybe more. Second goes wide. Which means he's got a slow exit. Obviously the number 12 car there's had some contact with someone else at some point. The back of his car's a bit crumpled. Got really close there. I get nervous being too close to other cars because you're never quite sure where they're going to brake. And you can easily end up going to the back of someone. Especially if someone's already got rear end damage, you never know, they have to be careful. There was some contact, and that really upset the other guy. But if you look now, I actually back off the throttle here, backing off, let him back through, give him the position back. Didn't have to do that, but I felt guilty about it. If we go back and have a look at that again, he was ranting and raving about that contact on the radio, on the comms. But in my defence, the braking point for this corner is way down there at the 3 cone mark. It has been for the whole race. But on this lap, he brakes before the 400 yard marker. This is like at 450 yards he starts braking there. There he starts braking, which is way too early. He should be braking down here somewhere. But he's braked right back here at the 450 yards, so I'm not expecting that at all. I hit my brake at the normal point for the 300, or just before. If you can see, well, I must actually brake. I was braking earlier because I saw him braking. But yeah, so I start braking at about 350 yards from the corner, maybe even 400. Let's have a look from outside. So yeah, I'm just gone to 400 when I start braking, whereas this is the normal braking line here. But he's already been braking for 150 yards, so he's a lot slower than me already. And essentially I'm just not able to stop in time. So if we go back into the cockpit, wherever that is, can't see it for looking, there it is. So yeah, so I make contact with him there, which technically is my fault because I ran to the back of him. However, I was very apologetic, and again, as you can see, if you listen to the throttle, definitely let him pass there, giving the position back, all fair play. But yeah, he was not happy about that. But you know, these things happen, was an honest mistake. There was no intentional wrecking there. We're all fighting quite hard for this second, third and fourth position. It's now lap 16 of 20, so we're running out of laps now. I really want to catch up with them. I know that if I catch up with them, I could actually get both of them and finish second. That's definitely a possibility. I just need to get my pace up. That was a 1:30 that lap due to the contact I had. I mean, backing off. He's gone wide there, which is going to help me because then I'm going to fight going down into this next corner. Ideally they'd hit each other and take each other out, but you know, that's wishful thinking on my part. But he gets pushed wide there, or he's forced wide, which gives me a better exit, so I can come down him on the outside, on the inside here. Gives me third position. Now I was chased down for second. Well, that's the theory anyway. Got 3 laps to do. Got a terrible exit on that turn, which I think gives the guy the run on me coming down here. Or maybe not. I haven't taken a defensive line, so I'm guessing not. On the power there, that's quite nice, that exit. I'm happy with that. Got good speed on this back straight, on this front start finish straight. He's taking a defensive line. Thinks better of it, I guess. I'm not really close enough to try and pass at this point. Heavy braking at the 300-yard mark. I get the inside to get a run in. It's looking good for me here. He'll have the inside, so I'll have to be respectful going around here. So as long as I give him space. So stay wide, stay wide. Don't take him out. So that's very fair racing there. Both giving each other space. I've now got a second position. There's no way I'm going to get first, he's well up the road. I just need to try and hold on to this second place. It's a decent exit on that corner, not too shabby. Unfortunately, I mess up that exit completely. You get a horrible exit. Very slow. Looks like I probably got away with it. I can't hear the other car. But, unfortunately, completely screw up that turn. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Threw away the race at that point pretty much. It's given the second place back. I think the third place is right next to me, so I'm being respectful and giving him space on the outside there. Although he falls in behind me in the end. Now I think he's trying to get past on the outside, but I can fortunately block him. We're really all three nose to tail at this point. It's pretty intense. Really good fun, this racing, really close. Fourth positions also join the tail, so we've got second, third, fourth and fifth. All nose to tail going through this last little section with 2 laps. I screwed up there, let a third back through. Really annoyed with myself now. A lot of work to do to get back to second with one lap to go. Just about to see the white flag. Didn't get the best of exits, it's okay, but not good enough to catch up with the guys in front. Now on the final lap, lap 20. Again, he brakes quite early going into that turn, which gives me the inside going around. He comes back at me on the inside though for the undercut. I have the inside, but again, got to be respectful, give him the space. I've got the fifth car all over the back of me now. It's like I'm swarming all over, looking left, looking right, trying to force me into a mistake. Really putting the pressure on. Pretty much just concentrating on holding my line. If he wants to overtake me, he's going to have to do it the hard way. And that's the final corner. So from the back of the grid, managed to get up to second at one point, and then through my own stupidity ended up back in fourth. But overall that was probably one of the most intense and exciting races I've had in iRacing so far. The two guys ahead of me there were great races, both very fair, giving each other space. Just that one incident where I hit the back of the white car, which again, it's one of those things, and I think I was very fair by giving him the place back. But I'd love to hear your comments if you think I did the right thing, or whether I should have held on to that position or not. And also any other comments you have on my racing, how I can improve my times, would be great to hear. But thanks very much, and I shall see you next time.